Hi, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Cancer. That's Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising for the month of August 2025. Before I get started, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to this wonderful community of like-minded souls. To my tried and true, who have been with me for years, thank you so much for walking this path with me. For my new members on my YouTube channel, thank you for your support. There is more fun to come, including some more special deplorables and some special adorables for the basket of adorables and deplorables. And to my Patreon folks, thank you so much for supporting me all these years. I really do appreciate it. All right, so we're going to get started. We'll start with a little astrology, and then we'll move to the cards and an oracle pull. So let's get started with this. Okay, so we're just going to look at this very, very briefly. This is the tree of life for the month. We have three vibrations we're working with. We're working with the universal year vibration of the 9 on the tree of life that sits here, and it's associated with the Hermit card. The Hermit is about shining your light, shining the light of your wisdom. And where have you gotten that wisdom? Through your life experiences. There's a lot of people in crisis now, and so they could use the healing touch that you offer. And so we all have our talents and our abilities and where we can be of most service. It is a Virgo energy. It is about being of service to one another. We are in the eighth month. The eight sits here on the tree of life. It's associated with the strength card and the sign of Leo. And of course, the sun is in Leo for the majority, actually, of August. Um, it's a powerful time, right? The dog days of summer, the 8-8 portal, all of that Leo energy. And, strength is about overcoming your lower animal nature. And then we have the combination of those two vibrations, then the 9 and the 8. When we add those together, we get a 17. In the tarot, the 17 is the star card, and that's the card you'll see on the side of the chart as we look at it. The star is about finding your guiding star. It's a time of meditation. It's a time of sort of throwing your fishing line into the great cosmic sea with the intention of what information you can pull forth from that. Let's see. We have a conjunction this month between Jupiter and Venus. That's happening in the sign of Cancer. That's actually happening on the 12th of August at 15 degrees of Cancer. We also have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius this month and a new moon in the sign of Virgo. That new moon occurs a day after the sun moves into the sign of Virgo, and the new moon is actually at the first degree of Virgo. We also have Mars making an opposition to Saturn on the 8th. That's the 8-8 portal. Mars opposite Saturn, a bit of a reality check. It's also putting brakes on something. So there are many things that we could certainly use some brakes on. We also have Mars opposing Neptune because Saturn and Neptune are pretty much moving together in the heavens. Um, if something uh, if something aspects one, it's going to aspect the other one within a day or so. And in fact, we do have Mars opposing Neptune this month, and that can bring some confusion. So we have reality and we also have imagination. And this Saturn Neptune moving together in Aries right now is really, let's say, an opportunity to uh, kind of work on both sides of that, keeping in mind that there can be a blending of that. It's not necessarily a choice of delusion or reality, but how can we blend that to create something that reflects who we are, more accurately who we are. Let's see, what else do we have? We do have the sun, of course, move into the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. Again, uh, it's a powerful time. And at the end of the month, we have Venus moving into Leo and then opposing Pluto. Positions bring awareness. Venus and Pluto is always relationship, power dynamics, and the like. So we will be aware of something significant. And then at the end, we have an interesting sextile between Uranus and Neptune. This is the first sextile that's happening between these two planets, and the first major aspect since their conjunction in 1993. So if you're old enough to remember 1993, there it is. Okay, so let's continue. We're going to go right to Cancer now and take a look. All right, so we have the sign of Cancer here, um, and the star card, because it is a star. We're stars this month, and you can see that there's quite a bit of energy in this sort of quarter of the chart for the Cancer. This is the quarter of the chart where we come to understand ourselves. And so it is kind of an internal time for you, Cancer. The planets that are on the top of the chart are more transpersonal and societal. And so there is this energy of, while there's all kinds of transformational processes happening on the in the outer world, the real business is happening on the inner planes, which for a Cancer is probably the best place that they want to be anyway. We have the sun in Leo, starting the month. That's your second house of values, the things that are important to you. We have Venus starting the month in your sign of Cancer before it moves into a Leo. It spends most of the month in Cancer. So you're a Cancer with Venus spending this time in Cancer. You're going to be very emotional about the things that are most important to you. It's going to be really hard not to bring the feelings in. Of course, you're a Cancer. How could you not bring the feelings in? But that's another story. Mercury is retrograde, and it starts the month retrograde. It's been retrograde since July 18th, and it actually goes direct on August 11th. August 11th, it goes direct. And the whole retrograde period has been in Leo. So it starts the month retrograde in Leo, it changes direction on the 11th, and then it moves through the rest of Leo going forward to the end of the month, and then into September when it goes into Virgo. The sun then moves from Leo, where it spends until about the 22nd, I think, the 22nd. The sun moves into Virgo, your third house of mind. This is an analyzing mind, so there's a lot of energy for that, and the month actually starts with Mars in that place. So you're doing a lot of action in your environment, right outside your front door. So you might see a lot of action going on. It could be around improvements because that's what Mars in Virgo does. But then it moves into your fourth house, and when it moves into Libra. And Libra, Mars in Libra is very considered action. You don't do anything quickly. You weigh and measure everything before you take an action. But it is a time when you could actually redecorate or do something more aesthetically pleasing in your home. And of course, Cancer is the homebody. And so you like to have a home that reflects both who you are and then beauty. The beauty on the inside reflecting, the beauty is reflected on the outside. We have the full moon first. The full moon is at 17 degrees of Aquarius with this, and that's in your eighth house. The moon is in your eighth house at that time with the sun in your second. That's the axis of values. So you will become aware of what's important to you, your values. It can be your money, it can be your shared money as well. course, Pluto's in the eighth house. It's going to be there for a long time. Pluto likes being in the eighth house. It's the natural house for Pluto. And so there's a transformational process going on in the way that you relate emotionally, because that's what the eighth house is about. Plus, it's the house of other people's money. This could be a time while Pluto moves through there. Now, it takes a long time, so you don't have to do this tomorrow, where people may invest in you in a way to further you. We also have the new moon, as I said, in Libra. Excuse me, in Virgo. It happens right after the sun goes into Virgo. The new moon's at 1 degree of Virgo in that third house. It's a good time to start something new. It could be a time to start writing a book of some sort, correspondence of some sort. All of that deals with the third house, or media. Media is also the third house. And so if you want to like start a YouTube channel, that might be a good new moon to do it. Or some kind of communication or letter or something where you're relaying information, or maybe even take a new class, like learn a new language, right? It is the place of language. This would be the time where you would enjoy that, I think. And it would serve you well. Excuse me. Both Saturn and Neptune are still in your 10th house, still in Aries, but now they're moving backwards. So they've moved as far forward as they're going to move in Aries. They both retrograded, and now they're moving backwards. And you're going to go over some of the forward motion, sort of like I took all these actions. There's this forward motion in my work. Um, and now it's time to sort of back up on that and evaluate how that went, maybe what you want to change, what you don't want to change, because come February of 2026, those two planets will conjoin at the first degree of Aries. And at that point, you should have a better idea of what you want to seed when it comes to your career. Uranus now is in Gemini, it's in your 12th house. You know, the 12th house is the house of the other side. Uranus tends to wake things up. So you might like suddenly meet a new guide. You're like, whoo, what was that? Who's that? What's that voice I'm hearing in my head? That could be a new guide. Also, the 12th house can be the house of sleep. It's connected to Pisces, and you might start having prophetic dreams. Now, Uranus is there for 7 years, so you have plenty of time to brush up on your prophetic dreams. Jupiter now is in Cancer. It's going to be there for a year. It is in your first house, so you do have to watch your waistline when Jupiter is in your first house. Jupiter tends to expand things, and it is the house of you. Uh, it's not a foregone conclusion, but the thing about um, Jupiter sometimes is it's easy come, easy go. So if you do pack on the pounds, it may be easier to lose them once Jupiter moves into that second house. So don't fret about that. Okay, guys, there's enough to worry about. Just take care of yourself. Self-care, 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 something the Cancer has to keep reminding itself, because it is the sign that takes care of everybody else. So make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. All right, I think that's a good sort of wrap up. I do want to say, the opposition between Pluto um, and Venus brings an awareness. Second, eighth house, there may be issues around money and how money is spent in your relationships. Who has the power? Who's making the decisions? Do you need to come to some compromise? Although I have to say, Pluto is not known for its compromise ability. So it could be a bit of a struggle with that. But other than that, we're living in interesting times. To say it's going to be a great month is partly true, but there is a lot of stuff going on. But for you, Cancer really is about looking within. It's more important that you work on yourself at this time than it is putting yourself out there too much. You need the energy and the strength to really examine what's on the inside at this time. All right, so let me stop the share. And I'm going to do the tarot reading. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown deck. I haven't used this deck for Cancer in a long time, if maybe even if ever. I do like this deck. It's a great deck. And there are no nude people, so I guess there's this thing with the card readers that if there's a card with a nude person on it, they'll take it down. Come on. Are we grown-ups? And we also say it's for grown-ups. I don't know. They're just looking for excuses, I think. Um, Especially if you're doing political tarot, which this is not. So there's that. That's a good thing. All right. I'm just going to shuffle up until it feels about right. I apologize if you can hear the cards getting shuffled. I try not to make too much noise with it, but I really do want to give it a good shuffle. Put some energy in here. So what does Cancer need to be aware of as we move through the month of August? Cancer in August. Oops, there we go. Boy, it's just crazy, right? So much transformation. So much transformation. All right, one more good shuffle here. Yay, good shuffle. All right. All right, let's see what we got. What's up for Cancer? We have the Six of Cups. The roots of the ancestors go deep. Family is very important to you. And this will be a month where you can connect with your family. The deeper your roots, the taller the tree can be, right? And so if you want to grow, you have to make sure that you are taking care of your roots. The Six of Cups is often a nostalgic card. You could be having a family get together or some sort of family reunion. A lot of people, a lot of families have reunions in the summer, right? So that's kind of cool. Let's see the challenge to that. The Ace of Cups, too much merriment. This is about happiness, overflowing emotions. I think it's not really a challenge card, but if it was going to be a challenge, I feel like there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, overflowing feelings. If you happen to have family members who don't necessarily agree with your politics, that could be an issue. But I feel like, everybody's feeling it on some, no matter who you voted for. People have to be feeling things at this time. And of course, there are many people whose families are going through some really difficult times because of the political situation that we find ourselves in. And that can be emotional stress. So if that happens to be you, know that our hearts are with you. And if we can be of help, let us know. Okay. Underneath it all, having your wishes, a lot of cups. Again, all this cups, cup, 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 a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. But this is really about getting your wishes. Um, so be careful what you wish for, because likely you're going to get it this month. In the past, we have the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. There really is an ending. This could be a family card, an ending. In fact, all of these cups with this card in the past could be the loss of somebody important in the family, a matriarch, a patriarch, an aunt, an elder in the family. And that could be why things are so emotional. And so we gain comfort, but we also cry. We also cry. In the sky, we have the Five of Wands. A lot of chaos in the outer world. That's what this is, like things falling from the sky, willy-nilly chaos. This can also be partisanship or, people arguing, but it is a highly creative energy. So if you can avoid the fights and just sort of tune into the creativity of the moment, you'd be better off. In the immediate future, we have the Empress. This is the fertile goddess energy, the mother. This is a divine feminine, like Mother Mary kind of energy. The goddess Isis or the Empress in the garden, right? There's a fecundity, and the power of the feminine, the power of the feminine. It's also the energy of creative self-expression. And I feel like there, the tree, and even this tree, the first tree we saw, is all sort of connected to the idea of the family tree, right? The family tree and the beauty that grows from that tree. I know I'm going to be seeing some people this month in August. I'm real excited to see how it's seen from the outside. We have the lovers. It's all about the choice. What are you going to choose to focus on? Whereas it's important to know what's going on for the most part, but you don't want to get too caught up in it. You should know what's going on, where you might need to be careful because of what's going on. But it is a choice. You have the choice to not let all that stuff negatively affect you. You can utilize it for information, but don't let it get you down. Oh, your domestic situation, the Eight of Pentacles. It's about work, it's about apprenticeship, but it's also about the web of life and how we can know what's going on in the world, even if it's not in the center of the web. We can feel the vibrations. Also reminding you that you do create your own web. You do create your own web. So there's a connectedness to vibration um, here. Hopes and fears, justice. I doubt if you fear justice, but I know you're hoping for it because I am too. Outcome, I love this. The Ace of Wands, creativity. Creativity, great. Oh, two aces. That is auspicious. It's really an auspicious reading, Cancer, I'm happy to say, because I am a Cancer. I didn't set these cards up. I just picked what I picked. We can get a major arcana, the Hierophant. This is listening. You have the key. The key to the kingdom is gratitude. You also have the ability. It's important that you listen to that small, still voice within. It will guide you. This is a vibration of wisdom. It's time for you to shine your light and put your wisdom out there. Underneath it all, we have healing and balance, temperance. The Sun or the Prince of Wands. This is taking your show on the road, or maybe spreading your knowledge or beliefs. And then the Mother of Cups, which is very much a Cancer energy. This is the mother who nurtures. This is a reminder for self-nurturance as well. So you take care of a lot of people, allow others to take care of you, take care of each other. We are each other's family. Even if you're not related, you're still a family. We're the family of humanity. And let's be there for each other. Okay, let's be there. Do not allow them to separate us. It's the ties of love that will hold us together. All right. I'm also going to pick a Mystic Sister Oracle card to round this reading up. Okay. I have like a horsefly or something in here and I keep hearing buzzing. Hopefully he doesn't land on me while I'm doing this. All right. Mystic Sister Oracle. What card, what message do you have for Cancer for the month of August? Cancer for the month of August. Cancer for the month of August. Here we go. We have, the Luna Moth Goddess. Isn't that funny, Cancer? The Luna Moth. In fact, well, we did Mystic Sisters the other day. This was the card that came up. Luna Moth God. I'll hold it up for you. Perfect for a Cancer, right? I mean, really? Could you pick a better card? All right, here we go. Let's just hold it up here so you can see it. Her art is just so beautiful. Ah, there you go. You should have definitely seen this. Metamorphosis, natural transformation. The lunar moth goddess bears witness to the unfolding events and symbolizes the need to embrace the moment. If the life of the lunar moth is so very brief, each phase of its metamorphosis is fleeting. Drawing this card reminds you that the only reality is right now and to find joy and bliss in every moment you can. This card symbolizes the need to trust in universal serendipity, that you are on the correct course, and that every event has perfect timing according to its own nature. So there you go, Lunar Moth Goddess. Be in the now, be in the moment. Revel in the transformational process that you're going through. That's the story. All right, guys, I hope this is helpful. Just a quick announcement. I will be starting a introduction to the Kabbalah class in September, likely the second or third week of September. I haven't looked at the calendar yet. I will put it on my events page on my website, theseedsoftransformation.com. If you are interested in learning about the Kabbalah and how I work with the Kabbalah, this would be the class to take. So, all right. Have a wonderful month. Take care of yourself. Self-nurture, self-nurture, self-nurture. Connect with your loved ones and your family. Feel the roots that hold you in place, and then aspire to rise like the tree, like the great sequoia, to reach the heavens. The deeper the roots, the higher we can ascend. Take care of yourselves. Namaste.